Chapter 3 Junior Cycle Curriculum. In this chapter we will explain the terms and phrases that we use when we talk about curriculum, the subjects, short courses and other areas of learning that your sons and daughters will study and how they will be assessed. We will look at the key skills the junior cycle aims to cultivate. We will look at where the junior cycle lies in the national framework of qualifications. We will also look at a sample student timetable and understand how to read it. And we will consider both our modern foreign language of French and Spanish as well as Irish in our school curriculum. So what is junior cycle and how does it differ from the junior certificate? The junior cycle commenced in 2014 on a phased basis, with English being the first new specification or subject to be introduced. Over the next 6 years, more new specifications came online to replace or update existing subjects. Phase by phase, these specifications were introduced. Science followed English, then Business and Irish, followed by Art, Craft and Design and the modern foreign languages. The last of the new specifications were introduced over the last 3 years, with Home Economics, Music, Geography and Maths, followed by History and the technology subjects. So at this point, your sons and daughters will only be the second group to avail of the full new list of specifications of junior cycle. None of the old junior cert subjects remain on the curriculum at this point. Juniorcycle.ie is an excellent resource with lots of information for parents around the area of curriculum and assessment. So you should check out juniorcycle.ie for further information. During your sons and daughters' time in post-primary school, they may encounter a lot of new terminology, especially when looking at the areas of curriculum and assessment. Please don't be overwhelmed by this. Firstly, the award is the JCSA, or the Junior Cycle Schools Award. As mentioned earlier, it commenced in 2014 and continued to roll out until the final remaining specifications or subjects were introduced in the 2019-2020 academic year. Subjects. Subjects are English, Irish, Maths, Geography, History, etc. Levels. Under the new junior cycle, only English, Irish and Maths are now available at 2 levels of higher and ordinary level. All other subjects at junior cycle are common level. Short course. This is another area of study that gets less time on the timetable. For example, PE or Physical Education, SPHE, CSPE. These are all short courses. These subjects are not examined by the State Exams Commission. Instead, they are assessed through CBAs or classroom-based assessments by the subject teacher in class time. The CBAs take place in 2nd and 3rd year only. In 2020, the Minister for Education granted History special course status. This means that all schools must now include history on their core list of subjects to be studied for the junior cycle from 1st to 3rd year. As mentioned, a core subject is a subject that every student studies and is on the timetable of all students in the year group. The optional subjects are the subjects that the students will indicate their preference for at the end of 1st year. They must choose 2 optional subjects from our Taster programme of 8 subjects. The Taster programme runs from the beginning of 1st year to the end of 1st year, where all students get to sample each one of the optional subjects. Classes. Subjects that are on the timetable that occur at the same time are called block classes. As a 1st year student, some students may have PE, Irish and Maths in blocked classes, i.e. they're on at the same time across the year group. And Wellbeing. Wellbeing is an area of learning at junior cycle which includes Physical Education, or PE, short course, CSPE, again a short course, and SPHE, another short course. As mentioned earlier, these areas are not examined by the State Exams Commission. The Junior Cycle curriculum in Coláiste de Lacy is the package of subjects that your sons or daughters will study for the 3 years up to the exams that take place in June of 3rd year. If we start with the core subjects that everyone will study, these subjects will be on the timetable for all first year students. They will be assessed at the end of 3rd year by both the State Exams Commission through a terminal exam and also through the classroom-based assessments or CBAs that will have been completed during 2nd and 3rd year and assessed by the classroom teacher. So in Coláiste de Lacy, the core subjects we offer are Gaeilge, English, Maths, Science, Geography, Modern Foreign Language of French or Spanish, and History. The Taster programme in Coláiste de Lacy currently offers all first year students the opportunity to sample or taste all of the remaining subject options in first year before they continue and commit to 2 subjects that they will study through to 2nd year and into 3rd year. At the end of the Taster programme, students will list their subject preferences from number 1 being their most favourite subject to number 8 being the least. Based on subject demand, they will be offered their highest possible preference that is available to them. The Taster subjects therefore rotate on a 4-week basis, so that by the end of first year, your son or daughter will have completed 4 weeks of visual art, 4 weeks of home economics, 4 weeks of wood technology, 4 weeks of metalwork, 4 weeks of graphics, 4 weeks of business studies, 4 weeks of religion, and 4 weeks of music. The green box looks at the area of well-being. These subjects do not have a terminal exam in Coláiste de Lacy. They are assessed through CBAs or classroom-based assessments by the class teacher. Our well-being subjects are Social, Personal and Health Education, SPHE, short course; Civic, Social and Political Education, or CSPE, again a short course; and Physical Education, or PE, again a short course. Finally, we have the category of other areas of learning, where our first year students will complete an enrichment programme which is designed and delivered by our own teachers. This other area of learning concentrates on how our students learn, looks at their individual learning styles, and how BLP, or Building Learning Power, is at the core of everything we do in Coláiste de Lacy. Another key difference between the old Junior Cert and the new Junior Cycle is that the Junior Cycle aims to activate key skills in addition to subject content. The 8 key skills of Junior Cycle are managing myself, communicating, being creative, managing information and thinking, working with others, staying well, and finally literacy and numeracy. The developments of these 8 key skills, as well as our keen focus on BLP, or Building Learning Power, will help our students to develop these essential soft skills that will be imperative to operate in the current world of work. Indeed, it is often said that many of the jobs that your sons and daughters will go on to do not currently exist yet. Therefore, we need to prepare them to be resilient, adaptable, and resourceful learners, and Building Learning Power, or BLP, along with the key skills, will help to nurture and develop them in this way. As well as the key changes to specifications, or the subjects, as the Junior Cert became replaced by the Junior Cycle, huge changes have occurred in the area of assessment. This slide compares the old system of assessment against the new system. The old Junior Cert grades of A, B, C and D down all the way to NG have now been replaced with a new system of grade descriptors, with distinction being 90 to 100%, high merit 75 to 90%, followed by merit, achieved, partially achieved, and then not graded. As mentioned earlier, the Junior Cert, while it offered subjects at higher and ordinary level and an additional foundation level in Maths and Irish, has now been replaced with the Junior Cycle, which only offers higher and ordinary levels in Irish, English and Maths. All other subjects are a common level. The classroom-based assessments, or CBAs, are graded and reported in 4 categories. They are exceptional, above expectations, in line with expectations, and yet to meet expectations. These grade descriptors do not have any percentage equivalence. Looking at the National Framework of Qualifications, the junior cycle sits on level 3, where the old junior cert used to sit. However, some students may access junior cycle at level 1 or level 2 respectively. So what does a typical school day look like in Coláiste de Lacy? Well, in the next chapter, chapter 4, the principal, Inini Violan, will explain this graphic in more detail. But just to give a brief overview at this point, you can see that all the lessons are 1 hour long. In a normal year, without the measures that we had to introduce due to COVID-19, we would have a break at 11 o'clock and our lunch break at 1:15. We would also have a finish of 2:45 on Mondays, Thursdays and Fridays, with a finish of 3:45 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. As I mentioned earlier, there have been a number of changes to our daily routines due to measures we had to introduce because of COVID-19. The principal will address these changes in the next chapter in more detail. So to look at a student timetable and what that would be like. It is laid out slightly differently to the previous slide in that the days are horizontal and the time periods are vertical on this one. Now there looks to be an awful lot of information on this timetable, but it's actually quite easy to navigate and follow. And I'm going to explain this to you now. So if we take Monday period 1, there's 3 pieces of information contained in this box here. If we start at the bottom, in red, 25, that's the room. So the red is the room that's happening, room 25. The blue is the teacher's initials, AN, or Máiste Noon. And finally in green, there's Geog, and that's the subject, geography. So if we take another one, Tuesday, period 2, here we go. The red is telling me it's in room 26, blue is telling me it's EW or Inning Woods, and the green is telling me it's Irish. The other thing we can look at here on Tuesday, period 3, we have this piece of information, OPT1. Okay, so that's basically telling me that this is a block, our blocked class, and this is our taster program, or our options. So that's room 6, Master Kennedy for Materials Technology Wood. Finally, the last thing I want to draw your attention to is, again, another block, ABPE. So that means that Class A and Class B are both timetabled for PE at this time. It's happening with NPE, that's the new PE teacher, and it's PE for Junior Certificate. One thing to note on PE, all students will wear in their PE gear on the days they have PE. So for this particular class, if I'm a student in this class, I'm wearing in my PE tracksuit on Tuesday and Tuesday only. Again, just a reminder of the taster program, or the option subjects. Every student will complete a 4-week module in each of the following. So they will do 4 weeks of woodwork, followed by 4 weeks of tech graphics, followed by 4 weeks of metalwork, 4 weeks of home ec, 4 weeks of visual art, 4 weeks of music, 4 weeks of business studies, and 4 weeks of religion. Obviously everyone won't start on woodwork, but by the end of the year, every student will have sampled each one of the 8 subjects for a 4-week run. In Coláiste de Lacy, we offer the modern foreign languages of French or Spanish. Your preferences for French or Spanish were collected earlier on in the year through an MS form or an online survey. We would hope to be able to offer every student their preferred choice. However, this is heavily dependent on class size and subject demand.